Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining in today's edition of the Watchlist by Magenta Trade. As always, we are back in the afternoon to present you some company updates, our position updates, and how we are planning to play the market today. Welcome to our regular YouTube live program once again, the Watchlist by Magenta Trade. At Magenta Trade, we teach you how to grow your portfolio using option trading strategies. We explain in simple terms how you can participate in the world leading companies with a fraction of the amount that you need as normal investment. In the vast ocean of stock market, there are plenty of opportunities to gain from the movement of share prices every day. However, the market is unpredictable, volatile, and sometimes complex to understand. In order to be successful, you need a disciplined, rule-based approach developed over a long period of experience in the market and focused on building a long-term portfolio to protect your hard-earned money. Okay, so with that instruction, let's get started today. But first, look into our disclosures. Before that, I need to share my screen with you. Here you go. And here is the disclosure. You can start reading now, and I can start talking about it. All our discussions at Magenta Trade are solely for educational and information purposes. We are not investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investments. Options trading involve exceptional gains, but at the same time, they pose inherent risk. Past results are no guarantee of future gains. We are not finance professionals, and we are not aware of your personal financial circumstances. For more disclosures, you can visit our website www.magentatrade.com. A quick introduction about me. I have more than 15 years of experience, and I have turned my personal trading experience and passion into professional coaching now, what we call Magenta Trade. My favorite areas of coaching are trade management and money management. And as a coach, I focus on daily routine, follow simple rules, rule-based strategy, use simple tools to enter and exit the trades, and manage your positions in 15-20 minutes every day. Okay, so let's get started with some of the earnings report that we have published in the Magenta Trade social media channels today. So if you are not following them, please do join us there in Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I'll switch off the video now so that we can go ahead with the presentation of the earnings results. Let's get started with Nike. And what do we have of Nike? Just a minute, sorry. Okay, Nike reported fourth quarter May 2022 earnings of 90 cents per share on revenue of $12.2 billion. The consensus, the expected earnings estimate was 81 cents per share on a revenue of $12.2 billion. Fourth quarter reported revenue were $12.2 billion, down 1% compared to prior year and up 3% on currency neutral basis. Revenues for Nike brand were $11.7 billion, down 1%, led by a 20% growth in EMEA. Revenues for Converse were $593 million, again down by 1% on a reported basis and up 3% on currency neutral basis due to wholesale revenue declines offset by growth in direct to consumer business. Gross margin decreased 80 basis points to 45%. Selling and administrative expenses increased 8% to $4 billion. The effective tax rate was 4.7% compared to 18.6% for the same period last year. Net income was $1.4 billion, down 5%, and diluted earnings per share was 90 cents, down 3% year on year. In the fourth quarter, the company returned approximately $1.5 billion to shareholders. John Donahoe, President and CEO, Nike, said Nike's results this fiscal year are a testament to the unmatched strength of our brands and our deep connection with consumers. Our competitive advantages, including our pipeline of innovative product and expanding digital leadership, prove that our strategy is working as we create value through our relentless drive to serve the future of sport. So that was Nike. And sorry, I missed a couple of the graphics there to enter properly. Okay. Now let's go back to the next one. Concentrix Corporation, CNXC, reported a second quarter May 2022 earnings of $2.74 per share on a revenue of $1.6 billion. The expected earnings estimate was $2.62 per share on a revenue of $1.6 billion. Revenue was $1.568 billion, up 14.5% from the prior year second quarter, including a 2.7-point negative impact of foreign exchange rates compared with the prior year period, in comparison to the revenue of $1.369.9 billion in the prior year second quarter. Operating income was $156.9 million, or 10% of revenue, compared with $128.2 million, or 9.4% of revenue of the prior year second quarter. Non-GAAP operating income was $212.8 million, or 13.6% of revenue, compared with $172.1 million, or 12.6% of revenue in the prior year second quarter. Adjusted EBITDA was at $249.9 million, or 15.9% of revenue, compared with $208.3 million, or 15.2% of revenue in the prior year second quarter. Cash flow from operations was $167.5 million in the quarter. Free cash flow for the quarter was $141.7 million. Concentrix paid 25 cents per share quarterly dividend on 10th of May 2022. Concentrix repurchased 0.4 million shares in the second quarter at a cost of $57.8 million under its previously announced share repurchase program. Chris Caldwell, Concentrix President and CEO, mentioned we are focused on driving returns for our shareholders by investing to expand the business while executing a balanced approach to capital deployment. Our outlook for the balance of the year includes increased foreign currency headwinds, with changes in a small portion of our client base looking to move more work to offshore. Broad-based strength across the business, strong wins with enterprise and new economic clients, and a robust pipeline across our strategic verticals keep us confident that we will continue to grow faster than the market while expanding our margins. So that's Concentrix. Let's move on to Cognite. Cognite Software, CGNT, reported first quarter April 2022 loss of 79 cents per share on a revenue of $86.4 million. The expected earnings estimate was 10 cents per share on a revenue of $112.6 million. So that's a huge gap in terms of delivering or performing against the expectation. The stock is currently down by more than 26%. Revenue fell 24.7% compared to the same quarter a year ago. Cognite, formerly a Variant company, is a global leader in security analytics software that empowers governments and enterprises with actionable intelligence for a safer world. Cognite Software Limited, a global leader in investigative analytics software, they announced in their 3 months, quarterly report ending April 30th. Gross margin of 59.7% GAAP and 60.8% non-GAAP, whereas diluted earnings per share 45 cents loss in as per GAAP and 79 cents loss as per non-GAAP. Okay, let's move on to the next one. TD is Snx Corporation. Snx reported second quarter May 2022 earnings of $2.72 per share on revenue of $15.3 billion, whereas the expectation was $2.65 per share on revenue of $15.3 billion. Revenue was up 160.7% from the prior fiscal year second quarter. Operating income was $253 million compared to $222 million year on year. And $148 million in the prior fiscal second quarter. Non-GAAP operating income was $398 million compared to $432 million in the prior quarter and $170 million in the prior year fiscal second quarter. Operating margin was 1.7% compared to 1.4% in the prior quarter and 2.5% in the prior year fiscal year second quarter. Cash provided by operations was approximately $1 billion for the quarter. Repurchased $29 million worth of common stock in the quarter and $53 million year to date. Today is Snx announced today that its board of directors declared a quarterly cash dividend of 30 cents per common share. Rich Hume, CEO of TD Snx, mentioned our fiscal second quarter results demonstrate the excellent performance delivered by our team amidst another quarter of strong demand for our technology solutions. Okay, now let's have a quick look at what's happening in the market. So S&P 500 currently down by 75 points, 74.7 points, 1.9%. So that's what we mentioned yesterday. Yesterday, the market was down a little bit. So as you can see, even on the Bollinger Band, if we go by the daily chart, that's what we mentioned. The index went up to the mid of this Bollinger Bands, and from there it is now retreating. So that is what we said, either it would go up across the band and then go to the upper band, or it might actually retreat from here. The cool down, you can say, after the last 5 days of positive trading. Today the market is down by 1.9%. As I mentioned yesterday, we are not out of the woods yet. We are not out of the recession. We are not out of the bearish trend. And that's why we did not take bullish trades yesterday. Nasdaq is down by 297 points, similar pattern, down by 2.58%. And now Dow is also down by 431 points, down by 1.36%. And meanwhile, right, I will clear this drawing. Maybe this is already done. This is also already done. And now how much this will retreat? Let's have a quick look in the S&P 500. Let's also done. Remove this one. Okay. Okay, let's keep it like this. And then if we take the Fibonacci retracement from here to here, so this is already in the 38.2% level, today's low, and it might come to entire 100% and below that even. But at least you can say this level of 3750 61.8% level is definitely a major one for the time being. So 3750 would be the level to look forward tomorrow maybe, or next, and then let's see whether it falls further. The major you can say support level, I would say, is still 3586, that level, and we'd look forward to that, what's happening there. Similar levels would be there for Nasdaq. I think if you just squeeze a little bit, I would, here it is 9832 is the major level there. $9,832. Whereas for the time being, this level of 10,558, the previous low, also would be something to watch. And again, in terms of the Fibonacci levels, it would be somewhere around 10,990 for the 61.8% level. Let's see what happens. And it's following the same trend. That's interesting. If you see, even the trend line comes here nicely. Right. So that's the trend line here. And the market is again bearish, down by 309 points in Nasdaq, and Dow is down by 400 points. Okay. VIX volatility index is again up by 5.7% today. So that was down to probably 27. Now it is up by 1.61. And dollar index is up by 0.5%. Gold is down by 0.1%. Silver is down by 1.5%. Oil is up by 1.9%. And Bitcoin is down by 1.7% to still it is above 20,000 levels. And Ethereum is down by 2.16%. All the stocks in our watch list are back to red. Apple is down by 2.5%. Accenture is down by 2.62%. Bumble is down by 5%. Financials are probably less impacted. Best Buy is down by 4.1%. Blackstone is down by 3.5%. Chegg is down by 4.7%. Salesforce is down by 4.8%. And so on and so forth. Let's have a look at some of the stocks in the news today. We discussed about Nike results, and the stock is down by around 5% today, 6.3% currently now, based on the lower than expected results and prospect as well for the upcoming year. So currently the stock is down by 6.3% at 103 levels. And the company said it anticipates flat to slightly higher revenue for its fiscal first quarter versus the prior year, and a low double-digit revenue for the full year 2023 on a currency-neutral basis. Okay, Disney rose more than. Disney is now flat. Earlier, it was up by 1%. The company mentioned that Shanghai Disneyland will open this week. That's after the Chinese government, relaxed some of the restrictions for inbound travelers, cutting their quarantine time upon arrival by half to 7 days. Wynn Resorts. Wynn Resorts is up by 3.6% today because of the same reasons, easing of the restrictions by Chinese government. United Airlines. The airline stocks were also up earlier. Now they are back to red. Similarly, for Delta Airlines and American Airlines, all the stocks were up earlier and now they are back to red. If you see Delta Airlines. Yeah, it's back to red now. They also have earnings next week. Okay. Let's see, Boston Bear. Boston Bear is down by 4.4% after they got a downgrade rating to sell from Goldman Sachs. The analyst said waning popularity of the truly hard seltzer brand and a lackluster upcoming product line curb momentum at the brewing company. Farfetch. Farfetch is down by 10.7% after a downgrade from UBS. Spirit Airlines. Currently, it's up by 0.3%. Earlier, it was more than 2% up since yesterday. And JetBlue Airways increased its takeover offer once again. Morgan Stanley. They increased their dividends by 11%, and the stock is currently up by almost 1%, but earlier it was up by more than 3%, I guess. Okay. Occidental Petroleum. The stock is currently up by 3.5%. Earlier, it was up by further another 1%, so almost 4 4.5%. Currently, it's at 60.95. The news is that Warren Buffett increased their stake, Berkshire Hathaway stake in the company. They have increased it by $44 million. They bought an additional 9.55 million shares. Wow. Robinhood. Robinhood markets down by around 3% after FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried shut down a Bloomberg News report that FTX is reportedly interested in buying Robinhood. And he says there are no active merger and acquisition talks in the works. Okay, so that's about news. There's a breaking news. NATO reaches a deal with Turkey to admit Sweden and Finland. So Sweden and Finland would be included in NATO now. So that's a major breaking news today. And I'm sure the things will further worsen in the Ukraine war there. Of course, Russia won't be happy with the developments. Okay, so more or less all the stocks are down today. Let's see quickly our positions. So how our positions doing? Some of them are in red. Meta is below 170. So probably we will close this position 170, 165. Let's do that. So let's quickly merge these two and sell. In this case, they are appearing separate. So what I will do, I will go to the options chain and I will look for Meta. I've got a position in July 15. Earlier we sold 170 put option. Now we'll buy that back. So 170 we will buy back and 165 will sell now. Earlier we bought that. So now we'll just do reverse the position and it's currently at $2.90. So we'll just close the position. We don't feel that it will be profitable. So let's just close it at the current market price. The stock is down by 3.78% today. Look into other positions there. So it's not yet done. So we'll wait for it to close. $2.90. Apple, our position is 125, 120. So we'll hold on to that at least for some time. Oracle is 65.60. Let's close that one as well. Here we can, where they are appearing as a pair, we can close them here from here itself. Just to close it at the mid price maybe. Sorry, when we are closing, we should go for GTC orders. Microsoft 250, 245. We can keep that open, but I don't feel comfortable, so I'll just close it. Even though it is not below the our short strike, let's just close it. Okay, I don't feel like having it. CRM, Salesforce, it's better to close again because you never know how much it is going to decline by. It is better to just close the positions. AMD again, similarly, we should close it. These positions were entered, I think, prior to last week, or maybe early last week. So I have placed them on order. PayPal, this one is fine. July 1, 95, 100 bear call. So that would be fine. Spirit Airlines is kind of a little bit speculative trade, so we'll just hold that on. Okay, so any new trades? Let's see in terms of S&P 500, SPX trade. I'd be interested to see. If we can enter some trade there, bearish trade maybe. Let's go back to S&P 500. Currently, it's down by 1.8%. And if we look at the level of 4,000, that looks reasonable, but we are looking for 4-week period. So 4-week meaning today is the week started with 27th of June. So 4 weeks is about here, 25th of July. 25th of July, no, 22nd of July, 22nd of July, right? 4th week, 4th week Friday, that's our target. So in terms of bearish trade, we can sell probably 4,000, which 23 delta. Maybe we can go further. Let's say 4,025. So we sell 4,025 and buy 4,045. So this could be a possible bearish trade today. We can sell 4,025 bear call, call option expiring 22nd of July or 23rd of July, 22nd of July, right? And we can buy 4,045 call option. So that probably would fetch $3.85, and our target should be half of that. So let's enter that order. Okay, so that's how it is. Let's see whether it gets filled in or not. None of the orders have been filled in. This one, 380. If we update it to 375, it would probably get filled in quickly. Not yet. Okay, we'll wait for that. Okay, so that's about it. I'll let you know if they get filled in. Meta order was, say, let's make it $3, and let's make it GTC. Sorry, GTC order. Okay, let's keep it like that. That's about it. Thanks a lot for joining today. Please keep following our social media channels in Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And also do like our videos in YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot for joining once again, and see you back tomorrow, same time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you. Bye-bye.